to The Realness. I'm your host, Dale Sterling, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to talk about the realness of marriage from a Christian perspective. We have a panel here today of men that range from single all the way up to 20-something years of marriage. And we're just basically going to mix it up, get it in, and we're going to talk about different topics. So we just want you to kick back, listen in, and definitely let's see what the realness is as far as marriage is concerned in a Christian relationship. How do you handle, the aspect of where brothers and men are like, I need to find me a wife that's submissive. She's got to be submissive to me. And then I also find married people who are in relationships, they're like, man, she don't obey me. Right. And I'm like, well, first of all, it's 2009. That kind of thinking is kind of outdated. Yeah, sure. And the lesson I've learned is that if you want your wife to be quote unquote submissive, in one aspect, you have to give her something to be submissive to.
Sure. That's right.
Ladies nowadays are not just gonna. I'm just not gonna just cater to you with nothing necessarily laid out for them. Because women want to be cherished. Women want to know that they're the queen of the home. Women want security. Women want financial security. So you need to provide those things rather than just barking and saying, "Be submissive. I want my food. I want." And I think that's overlooked.
Right.
Exactly. And especially the aspect of where the Bible says that we're supposed to. Love our wives as Christ loved the church.
Exactly.
Exactly. We don't hear that part.
Right.
We always hear the part.
That's right.
I can call on that because you'll find times where you have like a wonderful day. You didn't help 5 people. You didn't save 2 people on your job. It was a victorious day. But I'd have found $20 on the street. I came home and there ain't no dinner.
Wow.
Dang, I got to get in there and cook. No problem. Then she say something out of her mouth.
Oh.
And it was like something that I know she don't normally talk to me like that. And, it's a small thing that you're talking about sound like to me.
Right.
But see, I don't want to lose the joy that I got. But if I get upset, then now the devil won, and I find myself many times getting upset and falling into the trap. And then all the joy that I have for the Lord is gone, and I done sinned. And I'm on my knees trying to repent for something I said to her mean, but it was all designed to steal my joy in the beginning. See, because the devil been using the Eve since the beginning of time.
Uh-oh.
That's right. So we got to train our women to learn spiritual warfare too, to defend themselves and watch our backs. Because it could be designed just to take you out as the head of the family, the head of your
That's
family.
Deep.
But brothers need to step up too, and then in that aspect, because I'm actually seeing too many relationships. When I look at the relationship, and like I said, I'm not saying my relationship is perfect, but where I see the women leading the men.
Right.
Right. I see the women leading the men, which I can understand in certain aspects. Where like my wife, is actually the financial keeper in my house because she's better than that.
And that's nothing wrong with it. If she's better.
Right, she's better than me in that, because I have a tendency to wait until I get to the green slip. I wait for the green one and the pink one to come before I'm like, I got to pay this,
Right.
But my wife's a better steward in that area than me, so she handles that aspect. But once again, a brother's understanding about their wives being submissive is really what I'm trying to hammer home. And it's like you got to give her something to be submissive to, because I look at it as a vessel. Like you have a teacup, right? And it's talking about me, I'm gonna say a mug, right? You have a cup, and then under there's a saucer,
right?
And then if you're praying and if you're staying holy and you're being the head of your household. Right. And as Lord is pouring in, it overflows, and then you have this saucer that's getting that, right?
But
you may look at that saucer, well, that's just the saucer, but that saucer's supporting.
That's right.
and catching.
That's right.
The runover.
Right.
Now, if you move that saucer out, move that saucer out, it's just running out and just going anywhere, being wasted. So that's the metaphor that I use within my mind to say, you know what, I have to step up. I need to be the head of household, and I ask the Lord to help me be the husband that my wife wants.
That's part of your question.
And real quick, we're gonna pay some bills. We're gonna pay some bills. We're gonna come back and we're gonna just talk some more about submission and fireproof when we come back. You've been watching The Realness. Welcome back to The Realness. When we last left off, we were actually talking about the wives being submissive and the husband's place within that terminology, and we're talking about men stepping up and being a real man. And I closed out basically giving my metaphor about the saucer and the cup. Mm-hmm. But I know you wanted to expound on that.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, Dale, that you asked a question earlier. You know, what is a real man? And you answered a lot of those questions that people would say. What are real men, or what is a real man, in your answer a minute ago. You know, you knowing that your wife is better in one area than you. You know what I mean? See, a real man knows that. You know, if you're fussing, I know how to take care of the money, but it's always being paid late. and even though it's being paid, it's just being paid late. You may be too busy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So and as wives, she should better know. Well, if I tell Dale, you know, the last 2 months, you know, we had the money to pay it, and we paid it, but you know, you paid it a little late. Basically, we had to pay an extra late charge. It was another $100. You know what I mean? That $100 we could have went out to have another date on. Mm. And so that's the way you talk to your husband. You don't tell him, well, you was late last week.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's ways that you
communication.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And
the way
controlling your
right.
emotions, energy and motion. See, you direct your energy in the wrong way, it's gonna be received in the wrong way. You know.
Right.
You gotta know how to control your emotions. That's
Sure.
why I gotta go back to this fruit of the spirit thing the Lord laid out for. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If we master that, we'll not only master our relationships, but people in general. And he said, how can you love him without you love your neighbor? You know, you gotta learn how to love. Well, the love is more than just the word love. It's a bunch of, you know, words put together like love, kindness, joy, patience. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have all that in you, and then you give that to somebody.
There you go.
Now I can help you.
There
you know
you
what I'm saying?
And
I can't just have patience for you, but then I don't got no kindness to you either.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
That don't work.
That's right.
I gotta have it all and give it to you.
That's right.
That's me not having nothing, but I got something, wisdom in me. It's worth more than money. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When a man has that and he can give it to his wife, we are held valuable in her eyes. She's not thinking about leaving me.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly giving.
Another answer to a real man.
Yeah, and it's not. It's that's another thing. A lot of times, things like, oh, it's wimping out, or you know, being a Christian man is all wimpy and soft. But if you want to keep your marriage hot, you want to keep your marriage fireproof, put in these lessons and these elements that you've heard, and you will definitely see a reaping.
That's right.
Oh, it's definitely it's all in the book. It's all in the Bible.
You brought up a great point. Also, Dale, you know, this is 2009. All that masculine. I'm macho, man. Listen to me. You want your marriage to last? I've been married 23 years. I'm telling people. So if you want your marriage to last, my wife will tell you, I'm not that kind of guy. Okay, so I'm glad to see you talking like that because it's not about, you know, the raw. It's the okay. You want to go to the movies tonight, baby? Hey, come on. Oh, you want to go? That's right. We probably going out tonight. Come on. You know. It's being softer, but you still thorough.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I bust your head to the white meat. but I'm gonna be gentle to my wife. That's for sure. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
that
know,
balance is
that balance. There you go. There you go.
Balance.
There you go, Coy.
Yeah.
It's definitely
See,
balance.
you learning, Coy.
Thank you.
Tell you.
But the thing we have to really be real that it's not peaches and cream every day.
Right. No.
It's not peaches and cream
no,
every
sir.
day.
And see, when it's almost like a lot of folks have been raised in a single family home. A lot of people never knew their father, never had an example of what a marriage is supposed to be like.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the moms, a lot of the wives, they think they know what a man is supposed to be like. They see what's on the soap operas on TV, and they say, "I want you to be like this guy," and you're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge, I guess, to say that what is a man supposed to hold down a 9 to 5? What if he loses that 9 to 5? What if she makes more money than he does? You know, is he? A lot of guys, we try to pull on what a real man is, and I think that's what we try to figure out. Like, I'm not, you know, where I'm supposed to be, and you know, and I'm not feeling like I should feel because this is what I was always taught. This is what I've always learned. This is what I've always remembered. You know, rather than saying, well, it's really who God says you are, that you are to take dominion on this earth and influence the earth with the kingdom culture, and not necessarily allow your role or your occupation define who you are as a man.
Man,
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But in lieu of that too, women also have to understand, if you are in a situation where the woman does make more than the husband, you know, women should not flaunt that. Women should not flaunt that. You know, of times of strategic arguments. You know, they shouldn't necessarily shouldn't necessarily flaunt it. You know, especially when the guy's like, you know, sweetie, you know, is it in the budget to get this $300 Xbox? Oh, no, we really can't afford it. We really can't afford it. And then she comes home 3 days later with 4 Chanel bags. And it's like, wait a minute, I thought you said, I need money. It just came out of my account. This came out of my, you know, it's like, I got the job. You know, he's going to feel this. He's going to feel this big.
That's important.
He's going to feel this big. So I think there is a balance. But then that same brother, in his household, even though the wife may make most money and he brings in, it should all come to one pot. But he should be the one making the decisions on how it's disseminated and how it's used. You know, so that he still feels like, you know, I'm part of it, rather than, I'll pay all the bills. Here, this is your allowance right here. You spend your $200, and I keep my grand, and I'm gonna buy my Chanel bags. You know? And I think that's what happened. I'm exaggerating a little bit, and I may not even be exaggerating.
You might be hitting somebody's home right at the top. But you know, another thing about that woman making more money than the man. At one time, my wife did. And she might be making more money than me right now, but I tell you this, it's things that you can do though to compensate. See, like exactly. Sometimes I'll drive her a car. I said, let me drive your car today. Go get it washed and waxed and cleaned up. She ain't worried about I don't make as much money as she makes, or who makes the most money, or whatever the case may be, because she still sees me doing things that don't show any lack. You know what I mean? You know,
do the little things.
And that's right.
You can't do the big things. You better do the little things.
But they add up.
That's right. That's
crumbs make cookies. I'm talking about this topic. We can talk about this all night long. And definitely, if you're interested in responding actually to any gentleman on the panel or myself, definitely hit us up on our website, and which you'll probably see in the credits. But stay tuned to the Realness, and our next topic will just be is hot. And if you have a topic that you would like us to discuss, or something that's on your mind, definitely hit us up. I want to thank you for joining the Realness.